Welcome back to the breaking news. So today we are going to present about the production of gasoline from crude oil. Let me introduce to you my groupmate. We have Muhammad Haras Mubashir bin Muhammad Ishamuddin, Nuraiha binti Zamri, and also Nur Sofia binti Rohaizal. There are 5 content that we are going to explain in our presentation. The first one is the introduction, the second one is the gasoline processing, the third one is the impact of gasoline, the fourth is the machine, and the fifth is the conclusion.
As for the introduction, crude oil is naturally occurring hydrocarbon mixture recovered from subsurface reservoirs. It's the primary raw material used in the manufacture of petrol. Entrails chemistry that occurs in refiners is attributed to human intellect and engineering powers. Gasoline is a petroleum-derived volatile, flammable, liquid hydrocarbon combination internal combustion engine used as fuel. It is also used as an oil and fat solvent. Petrol produced via frictional distillation of crude oil into petroleum products, with usable petrol supply to petrol station via pipelines.
Now I will continue on the processing step. The first one being the pumping of the crude oil, followed by the transporting of the crude oil, then refining crude oil, which consists of distillation, blending, cracking, and last but not least, treating. I will continue on the processing steps. In the initial phase of crude oil extraction, a dedicated team assembles the rig, a tall structure equipped with a drilling mechanism. The drilling process employs a rotary bit attached to an extended drill pipe, with the bit rotating at high speed to cut through rock formation deep beneath the Earth's surfaces. To maintain the drilling bit's temperature and provide lubrication, a specialized fluid called drilling mud is utilized. Following drilling, a deep plunger pump is employed to draw out the crude oil. However, this crude oil contains impurities such as carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and natural gas. To address this, the crude oil undergoes a separation in a separator, effectively isolating fluid, oil, and gas. Subsequently, we move on to the transportation of crude oil. Given that oil fields are often situated far from the points of consumption, an extensive network of pumps facilitates the transportation of crude oil through pipeline on a journey spanning thousands of kilometers to reach intended destination. This is an example of the largest refinery located in the United States. The refining process commences with a technique known as distillation. After heating oil to an extremely high temperature, it transforms into vapor. This vapor is introduced into the distillation unit, where upon rising and cooling, it reverts back to liquid. Utilizing stacks of trays, the liquid is efficiently gathered and separated based on weight such as gasoline, naphtha, kerosene, diesel, heavy oil, and last but not least, residue. This separation process, referred to as cracking, is employed to optimize the utility of heavy oil, which typically comprises lengthy strings of carbon and hydrogen molecules. With the aid of a catalyst, these molecules can be fragmented into smaller chains, converting the heavy oil into lighter and more valuable fluids. Blending is another integral aspect of the refining process, involving the mixing of various refinery products to produce finished petroleum fuels. For instance, gasoline undergoes blending to meet octane standards, resulting in the different grades of gasoline available at the pump, namely regular, mid-grade, and premium. These grades are tailored to cater to the specific requirement of diverse engine types. Treating is a crucial step employed to generate cleaner gasoline, thereby safeguarding both the environment and human health. Gasoline molecules inherently contain impurities such as sulfur, which can be eliminated when the molecules are subjected to heat and come into contact. With a specialized catalyst, this chemical reaction facilitates the removal of sulfur, enhancing the overall quality of the gasoline. That's all.
Next, I'm going to share to you the impact of the gasoline. The first is the greenhouse gas, second is the soil contamination, and the third one is the health problem. Greenhouse gas. Earth is getting hot and heating up, resulting from the combustion of gasoline, which is a fossil fuel, into the environment. Gasoline is a very toxic and highly flammable liquid. The vapor that gives off from the gasoline evaporation can produce a really dangerous gases. For example, carbon dioxide, methane, and also hydrofluorocarbon, which can lead to the global warming. Soil contamination. Soil can be contaminated from the gasoline spill, leak from the underground, which is the storage tank, and also the pipeline, and also improper disposal of gasoline, which is from the car accident. The reason why it can cause soil contamination is because gasoline contains complex mixture of hydrocarbon, including volatile organic compound. One of the effects of soil contamination is drought. Drought happens because the gasoline clogs into the soil so that the water and the air is difficult to move throughout the plant root. Last but not least is health problem. It can occur through breathing the gasoline, which is the contaminated air, eating contaminated food, drinking or bathing with contaminated water, and also through skin contact, for example, when you're pumping gas and also you cleaning up the gasoline spill. When you are exposed to a small quantity of gasoline, you may get headache, dizziness, nausea, throat irritation, and also breathing difficulties. And the worst case is which can lead to death. Other than that, the effect that you will get when it contact with your skin is rashes, redness, and swelling. It can also reduce the functioning of central nervous system, and the worst case, it can damage your organ. Lastly, I'm going to share to you the machine that is used throughout the processing. The first is when we pumping crude oil, which we use pump jet. Secondly is transporting crude, which we use pipeline. The third is refining, which is distillation, which we use distilling column. Fourth, the machine we use for cracking is fluid catalytic cracking, which is FCC. And lastly, for blending, we use blending tanks.
As for the conclusion, important component of the global energy landscape. First, they are serving as a major supply of transportation fuel, while facing the environmental constraints and limited resources. Next, continued research and development activities are looking into new methods to make the process more sustainable and environmentally friendly. Last but not least, the manufacturing of petrol in the future may shift towards cleaner energy sources and more efficient methods.